It began as one of those evenings that was meant to be easygoing. Music in the background, laughter floating around, and a handful of her coworkers gathering after hours. I'd agreed to tag along even though office get-togethers had never really been my scene. I usually preferred quieter plans, maybe dinner and a movie, but she'd push gently, saying, "Come on, Alex, it'll be fun. Everyone's bringing their partners." So I went. The place buzzed with noise. Glasses clanking, random bursts of laughter, and that polished, artificial friendliness that people wear when they're trying too hard to impress their colleagues. She looked stunning that night, wrapped in a red dress that caught every wandering stare. I noticed a few guys from her department watching her longer than was appropriate, and she didn't appear bothered by it. At first, I ignored it. She'd always been social, bright, effortlessly charming. Things I loved about her. But as the night stretched on, something about her laughter changed. It grew louder, sharper, too flirt-heavy. Especially around Ethan, her team lead. He was the kind of guy who radiated confidence, perfect teeth, pricey watch, easy charisma that made people overlook how condescending he actually was. He kept dropping comments that skirted the edges of what was acceptable, and she didn't push back. Instead, she leaned in a little more every time he muttered some joke. When I rested a hand on her shoulder once, she brushed it off gently and said, "Relax, Alex, you're ruining the fun." Something inside me hardened. I forced a polite smile, nodded, tried to melt back into the crowd, but every second felt heavier. Every giggle she shared with him stung a little deeper. It wasn't harmless anymore. It was disrespect, and everyone around could see it. About 30 minutes later, she'd taken a seat beside him at the bar while I sat alone at a table. One of her coworkers walked by, shot me a sympathetic glance and whispered, "She's had a bit too much to drink. Maybe try to get her to cool down." I nodded, stood, and went to her side. When I touched her arm, she turned with clear irritation. "What? Let's go home," I said evenly. "You've had enough." She laughed. A sharp, unkind sound, loud enough to slice through the chatter. "You're ruining the fun again, Alex. God, can't you loosen up for once?" Conversations around us stalled. Ethan let out a weak chuckle, but she didn't even notice. I took a slow breath, gave a single nod, and murmured, "You're right, I am ruining the fun." Then I walked out. She didn't come after me. The cold night air felt like a slap of reality. I got in the car, drove home in silence, and sat in the dark living room for hours. The house felt emptier than I'd ever felt it. Our photos on the shelves showing a version of her who'd once looked at me like I meant everything. That girl felt like someone distant now. Near midnight, my phone buzzed. Then again, and again. I ignored it at first. By 2 a.m., I'd collected 17 missed calls. By 3:30, it jumped to 31. Texts followed. "Where are you? You're being childish. It was just a joke. Pick up, Alex." I didn't respond. By morning, the total hit 47 missed calls. Her last message came at 7:12 a.m. "I'm outside. Please open the door." I sat there watching the sunlight crawl across the floor, feeling the strange quiet that comes after a storm finally burns itself out. Then I opened the door. She stood there in yesterday's dress. Makeup smudged, hair a mess, eyes swollen. She looked nothing like the confident woman from the party, just someone lost. "I'm sorry," she blurted immediately, voice unsteady. "I didn't mean for it to go that far. I just wanted to have fun. I wasn't thinking." I lifted a hand. "You didn't think. That's the problem." She reached toward me, but I stepped back. "You humiliated me in front of everyone, and when I tried to pull you away, you laughed. You told me I was ruining your fun." Her eyes filled with tears. "I was drunk, Alex. I didn't mean it. Please don't let one stupid night destroy everything." I studied her quietly. "You think this is about one night?" Her lips trembled. "What do you mean? It's not just last night. It's been months. Every time I try to talk, I'm the boring one. Whenever I ask for time together, I'm the clingy one. You've been pushing me away for a long time. Last night just confirmed you don't respect me anymore." She shook her head fast, stepping closer. "That's not true. I love you, Alex. I do." I sighed. "Maybe you do, but love without respect doesn't hold anything together." Her voice cracked. "Please don't do this." I turned away, walked to the table, picked up the ring I'd taken off the night before, and set it gently in her hand. "I need space. Real space. No calls, no texts." She stared at the ring like it burned. "You can't mean that." "I do." She broke down harder, whispering apologies, but I walked her to the door and opened it. "Go home, Emma. Sleep. Think. I will too." She left crying, the door closing softly behind her. The silence afterward was thick but strangely peaceful. For the first time in months, everything felt clear. 2 days passed without a word. Then a message arrived. Not a text, but a handwritten note slipped under my door. "You were right. I stopped valuing the important things. I thought fun meant attention, being the loudest in the room. But none of it matters if it costs me you. I'll wait. No calls, no messages, just waiting." I didn't reply. Weeks rolled by. I went to work, spent time with friends, rediscovered small pieces of myself I'd misplaced. Morning coffee, long walks, the quiet comfort of solitude. Sometimes I missed her, sometimes I didn't. Then one evening after work, I found her standing near my car. No fancy outfit, no makeup, just simple and real. "Hi," she said softly. "Hi." She looked nervous. "I'm not here to beg. I just wanted to tell you I've been going to therapy." For me, I realized how much I was trying to patch my insecurities with attention. "I hurt you, and I hate that, but I'm trying to grow." Her sincerity caught me off guard. I could see in her expression that something truly had shifted. Not for me, but for herself. I nodded. "That's good. You deserve that healing, Emma." She gave a faint smile. "If one day you think there's still a chance, I'll be here. But if not, I'll still be grateful for what we had." Before I could say anything, she turned and walked away. That night I sat in my car for a long time, thinking about love, pride, boundaries, forgiveness. The lines between them are thinner than most realize. She laughed once, told me I was ruining the fun, and in that moment, something inside us cracked. But maybe, strangely, she also handed me something I didn't know I needed. The strength to step away when love turns into noise, when affection turns into mockery. And maybe real strength isn't in how loudly we argue or how many times we patch things up, but in the quiet choice to choose peace over chaos. By morning, there were no missed calls, no messages. Just the sun climbing the sky and me ready to begin again. One steady breath at a time.